What's up, everybody? Welcome to the morning movie chat, or the morning comic chat, I guess. Today we're going to be talking about comic books. Thank you all so much for being here. It's just a little slow on the movie front today. I just didn't really get time to get anything looked up. I was catching up on getting the last of these some comic books read from last week and the week before. Getting caught up with some of those things. Had a very long day yesterday. In case you guys don't know, I've been getting back on my training. In case you guys don't know, I am a cyclist, and I do all kinds of different training and stuff for things like that. And like I was talking about yesterday, you got to have. I was talking about yesterday, you got to have a roadmap for your success, and anything that you go out and do, you got to be well informed. You got to go out there and seek out different resources and look at different things that work for you specifically, in order to find a certain level of success in whatever you want to do. And depending on what it is, and depends on what it is that you want to do, because like I said, there's a whole lot of different routes and avenues of different things that you can look to, and people you can look to for advice when it comes to a lot of things out there. So you got to make sure that you find sources that mean something to you specifically. So that's, like I said, that's one of the things I do, in charting out my training and everything for the year. And like I was mentioning yesterday, I showed you guys this before, the Cyclist Training Bible. I went through yesterday and kind of reworked a little bit of my workouts, some of my training programs, just to get things, so I can be on track to be set up for success for this year. And that's one of the things I did. And then yesterday was also kind of a slower day for me, so I got some things done for my business. In case you guys don't know, I do run my own business as well. So I got some of those things set up and ready to go, and I also got in, about a little over 2.5 hours worth of training as well. And, so I got it. I don't know. I think almost about an hour and a half of some cycling in, as well as a little over an hour of some strength training. So all good things, all good things. And this morning I didn't get a workout in, but I will be going out for a nice little bike ride here a little bit later on. And in case you don't know, I mean, you gotta do your days, differently. You gotta one day when you push it hard, the next day you still gotta go work out. But you don't take it, you don't push as hard. It's not as strenuous of a workout because your body needs time to recover. So these are just all things that you kind of learn, as you go along in these kinds of journeys and things like that. And that's one of the things out there. If you are doing starting a new program or anything, or you're not very experienced, I've talked about before. Make sure that it's not even pacing, but you got to make sure that you keep yourself. One thing that people always underestimate is rest and rehabilitation. You got to make sure that you rest and everything, guys. A lot of people aren't very good at that. A lot of people think it's all go go go. A lot of people don't take the time out of their day to get the proper rest, and that if that means you have to get to sleep a little bit earlier, you know what? That's what you got to do. Rest is, I would say that rest is probably just as important as any other aspect of your training. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get into today's show. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on the movie front side of things. Now, I do know that yesterday I was hearing a lot of rumors going on out there with, say, like the Black Widow movie coming up, tying in along with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series that is obviously going to tie into plenty of things going forward. There was some I think they were, I'm not sure if they were leaked on 4chan, but I know I've seen them on Reddit. With some of these some of these new characters that are going to be introduced, possibly by way of the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, with people like Omega Red making appearances. I heard most of this I heard from Josh over at the Den of Nerds yesterday on the video that they did over there. But I actually seen these same leaks over there on Reddit. So guys, this is like actually some pretty big news. Now the thing is when they're in Madripoor, they're going to be there at the I can't remember what the name of the bar is there, but it's basically where all the bad guys go hang out at. And there was this leak of this scene that is very reminiscent of the cantina scene in Star Wars, but in the Marvel universe, obviously. And in case you guys don't know, there's been a lot of people tied to this place, Madripoor, and not only that, but mutants are a kind of a big deal there as well. Omega Red is said to have been in this scene, as well as, let's not forget, not too long ago, it was speculated by even Josh over there at the Den of Nerds that Patch may actually make an appearance there as well. I mean, could it be Patch? Do you know who Patch is? Patch is actually Wolverine. Yeah, and Wolverine actually even has ties to Omega Red. Omega Red actually just made an appearance in the Wolverine comic book that released last week as well. So there's a whole lot of things, that could tie in to, I mean, not only to Madripoor, but with this Falcon and Winter Soldier series. Obviously, we know some of the ties that like General Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross is going to be in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, possibly making some appearances there. And let's not forget that he is in the Black Widow movie as well. So there's a whole lot of things that are getting ready. Like, and this is something we talked about a while back, is just the game changer that is with Marvel Studios having their MCU in the movies, but also having that crossover on the streaming services, and then being able to go back and forth between the two, between the Disney Plus streaming service, being able to introduce characters in the universe and everything there, and bringing them into the MCU. This is a game changer, something that while everybody else these days really has access to, nobody else has really done quite yet. Not even Star Wars has pulled this off yet, because they did the Mandalorian, and they got the trilogies and all that stuff. It just ended, and but it doesn't really tie in, but it kind of does. But like this really stuff, this is really stuff that's going to be integrating fully integrating their streaming service along with their movies, guys. And we've been talking about this quite a bit. This is really a game changer. While everybody else has access to these kinds of things, nobody else is out there doing it quite yet, tying in their streaming services along with their films. So this is something pretty big, guys. Whole lot of stuff. Yeah, the Princess Bar. Yes, the Princess Bar, says Captain Pennsylvania. Let's see. Thank you all so much for being here. We got Superior Hero Reviews. Thank you for being here. Says boom first. Captain Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for being here. Snowdub. Thank you for being here. Jolly says Jenner check. Rose Sachs says good morning. Fanjecture says what up. Got my Batman 89, says Captain Pennsylvania. Nice. I think that was kind of a big one too. 1-2 Comic Talk, thank you so much for being here. LB from the Lonely Banter says I am here. Howdy y'all. What's up, Whiskey Stills and Tumbleweeds? Fatal J, my brother, says cycling. Yeah, man. I didn't get in my ride yet this morning, but I'll probably go out for about an hour here in just a little while. Got some other things I'm actually working on as well for my business. Looking in case you guys didn't know, last March, last year was just like a crazy year for me altogether. But last March, I was in a collision not far from my house, just here down the street. And lady ran a stop sign and like basically T-boned me, and like my vehicle that I bought for my business, she totaled it, totaled the thing. So I've been working out of my truck for like about the last year, but now I've been looking for something, and now I think I may have found the perfect solution for my needs. I think I may have found a new van, something that's a little definitely a big step up from what I had before. But looking into that, so hopefully here in the next couple of days, I may have a new vehicle for my business, which will be a good thing. Trust me, it'll be a good thing. So yeah, just been staying busy with a lot. Captain Pennsylvania says the Princess Bar. Yes, the Princess Bar, definitely. There's a whole lot of people could make appearances there. People being introduced. I mean, there's good guys, there's bad guys, there's all kinds of people who could be there at the Princess Bar, because this is like like I said, this is it's like a bad place. It's a bad place where not only bad people are. There's all kinds of people there. Rich people, good people, bad people, but mostly bad people. Mostly bad people. Let's see. 1-2 Comic Talk says, I agree. Fanjecture is waving high. How's everyone doing this morning? Says Superior Hero Reviews. It's $40 on eBay, says Captain Pennsylvania. Oh, what's $40 on eBay? What's $40 on eBay? Oh, Batman 89, you mean? Ooh, wow. That's crazy. Another van video. Uh-oh, what van video? Which, sorry, yeah. Sorry about the accident. Yeah, it's it happens. It's people. You can't ever count on, like, you can't count on people. That's all I can say is I was at a stop sign making a left hand turn. I was completely stopped. The traffic approaching from other directions. I went and I was making a left hand turn, and the lady across from me, she just went right on through the stop sign. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Listening while at work? Yes. Awesome. Thank you for being here, man. I like to spend my days at the Princess Bar. Nice. It was a joke. I'll leave now. Oh, what was it? Another van video. Okay. All right. Yeah, another van video. But yeah, so for my business, that'll be some cool stuff. But anyway, guys, I want to get into some things. Like I said, I've been really busy with a whole lot with my business and stuff. Anyway, so I haven't here over the past week or so. I haven't got as many of the produced videos. Here on the channel, but I'm going to be getting some of that done hopefully today and here over the next couple of days, as New Comic Book Day is tomorrow. So I will have some definitely have some videos, some reviews coming out. But I've got some I want to shoot for some of these other books as well. I got some of these other books. Finally got some of these read and ready to do some reviews on. And let me tell you guys, I've got a stack. Where'd they go? Oh yeah. I've also got this stack of comic books right here that I still have to do some reviews on as well. So I've got quite a bit. I've got to get caught up on. And I've also still got to get the video edited for the upcoming book HEXAGON being put out by Impact Theory Comics. That will be coming up very soon. I just got the video shot. So, actually, I've shot it probably like 2-3 times now. Just because I'm not happy enough with it. I feel like I need to be putting a little more enthusiasm into this video because I'm excited for it. It's by Impact Theory Comics. Their second title that they've ever done. It's being written by Michael Morisi. It's also got Don Diablo. It's done in association with Don Diablo, who is in the music industry. He does, he's a DJ out there, just like Steve Aoki, who was over like the first book they did, which was Neon Future. So I'm excited about this book, and every time I go back and I watch the video that I have shot like 3 different times for this HEXAGON book, I'm just like, man, I don't feel like I brought it. I don't feel like I explained it good enough. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited for it. And it's coming out at your local comic book shop soon, and you guys need to check it out. Go to your local comic book shop. Tell them, make sure that they've got it on order. That's HEXAGON on Impact Theory Comics. That video will be coming up. But one I wanted to talk about, this one released not last week, but actually the week before. It's Tartarus. Issue number 1. This book was $5.99. You can probably see that price right there. $5.99. Get the glare off there. $5.99 for this book, and it's a thick book. I think they said it was like 45 pages. I didn't pay attention. All I know is I read the book, and I've heard varying amounts of opinions and thoughts on this book. And I've got to say that Tartarus, I actually thought this book was pretty decent. It takes place in a few obviously in the future. They've got this prison called the Pit, and they've got this whole schematic for its breakdown and everything here in the book at the very beginning of it. And so basically what's going on here, what we see in like this first part of the story, because like I said, you get to the midway point and it's got the second part of the story. In the first part of the story, we see this. We meet this character who is. There's a prison break going on, and this character apparently, she's a badass because she starts just like plowing through security guards here in order to not even really break out of prison, but just to get to see her kid, who was born there. I'm guessing while she was imprisoned, and she takes her a little gift. Well, that's pretty much what happens. Well, in the meantime, the security guards that are there trying to stop her end up deploying some measurements that were not desired by, I guess you could say, the warden here of this prison, and went to some drastic measurements to stop her. And apparently they ended up doing it, but not without some detriment. And then we flash into 7 years into the future, where we see there's on this like the same colony. This girl who is part of these faction of people who are running. It seems like they're running this prison. But what's been happening is these people have been mining this colony for this liquid that can be like turned into weapons, right? So they can take this liquid and turn it into weapons. Really crazy stuff here. Crazy stuff going on here within this like mining community. And we get introduced to this character who ends up being found out to basically be this girl who is this baby that was in the first part of this story, and she's there highly involved. There's just an attack and everything going on here, and just some really cool stuff. I don't know. I thought this issue number 1 I thought was a pretty cool setup to what we're getting in Tartarus. It was, like I said, this was a $6 issue, but it was like double. It's pretty thick. I'm not sure if you can see how many. You can't really compare that. It's really hard to see there on camera, but it's a pretty thick book. I've got to say, I thought this book was pretty interesting. Like, the art may not be for everybody. Everybody may not like this art, but like for me, I think the art in this book really matched the tone and the story of what was going on here, with the characters and just everything in general. I'll show you a little bit more of this art here. But I really had no complaints about it myself. Some very cool stuff going on throughout this book. Like I said, the art is kind of I don't know. It's not even. It's very kind of gritty. It's not well. It's not super polished or anything. You can see some of the characters and things in there as well. Like I said, I haven't watched everybody's reviews on this. All I know is some of the reviews that I did see, some of the live streams of some of the comic book community out there, where some of the people had varying different opinions on this. You know what's funny is because it's this thick of a book, it reminds me of the Wolverine book that just released last week as well. It had two different stories. It was a thick book as well, and it seems like that's one of those books too that had a lot of people in the community kind of divided on their varying degrees of opinions for what they thought of this book. Altogether, I thought this book was a pretty good issue number one, double thick issue. I'm not sure if this is just going to be a mini series, if it's going to be 5 issues or whatnot. Gosh, and who is it? Yeah, Johnny. This was created by Johnny Christmas and Jack T. Cole. Now, who these guys are, I have no clue. I've never heard of them before. The writer is Johnny Christmas. The artist is Jack T. Cole, and it's lettered by the hardworking Jim Campbell. But yeah, and they have like I said, they show you like this these planets here where the mining colony is. Then, like I said, they showed you here at the very beginning all of the just kind of the community here, this prison where all the people are being held at. So just some different stuff. I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, is this one that I would buy and continue pulling? I'm not for sure. If you're wanting something that's like a space adventure, space fantasy tale, I would think this is it. It's obviously got some it's a female-led character book because the main character we see in the first part of the story is a female character going off. She's kicking a bunch of ass, and then later we see here her daughter, who is kind of the main character, getting ready to kind of, I guess, maybe take up the mantle of being the main character here in the book. So I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good read. But let me know, like, if you've read Tartarus, or if it sounds like something that it would interest you. Like I said, I'm going to probably do more of a breakdown and review on this book as well. Let's see, who else we got here? Yover Rods, thank you so much for being here. Is that Rhodes? Rhodes or Rods? Is it Rhodes or Rods? You need to let me know, man. And yeah, guys, if you are here, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys want, there are links down in the description where you can always send direct donations via Streamlabs, or even become a monthly Patreon supporter. We do have a new monthly Patreon supporter. That is Jason. Jason, thank you so much for becoming a new Patreon supporter. I do greatly appreciate that. I will get you added to the list of people here that I have normally scrolling across the bottom of the video. But if you guys don't have direct donations or super chats or anything that you want to send in, that's perfectly fine. The other best way to do is, when you're here and you're part of the audience, is to make sure that you're here. Make sure that you like the video or dislike the video. Talk down in the comments. Leave comments on the videos. Or, maybe even as you're doing that, maybe watch all of the ads. You know what I'm saying? Like, if ads pop up, watch those, because if you don't have money to, that you don't want to donate or anything, the best thing that you can do is ads, because, monetized channel gets ads in there, and they basically make money off of you watching those ads. So that is greatly appreciated if you guys could do that as well. I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much again for being here and watching the videos. Like I said, being here and watching the duration of the videos is some of the most important stuff you could do, because it helps with the audience retention times and all of those different kinds of things. So thank you guys. Captain Pennsylvania says, at Fanjecture, I'm expecting a New Mutants win this Wednesday. You got me? Right? Yes, let's get this set up now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not for sure what ones I'm looking forward to the most. I mean, New Mutants actually looks to be a pretty good movie. I am pretty excited for that. Fanjecture says, damn, that's some light reading. Oh, damn, that's some light reading. Which one? I'm guessing you're talking about Tartarus. Let's see. Yoverrod says superhero reviews, giving some dabs. I got I gotta bring some people. I don't know who. I don't know who though. For Fanjextures thing this week. Yeah, make sure. And guys, yeah, Fanjextures here. Make sure you guys tune into Fanjextures channel tomorrow, because tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he does these really exciting tournament style brackets where they go through, and you as the fans get a vote on who wins these things. It's very fun, very exciting to go check those out every single time. So make sure you go do that. It's going to be very fun. And yeah, this week I think they're doing most anticipated spring movies getting ready to come up of 2020. So make sure you go cast your vote for that. I like the artwork behind you, says Rose Sachs. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got some different posters there. Like I've got like the Savage Avengers. We got Marvel Zombies back there. Spider Gwen in the corner. Got some Death's Head. Some of these are getting ready to change out here pretty soon. I've got like the Marauders up there. I like that one as well. Then got the Symbiote Spider-Man, with a very good series. Actually, I think these three series right here, Savage Avengers, Marauders, Symbiote Spider-Man, all very good series. Right there, we got the Black Widow, Web of Black Widow. It was okay. It was an alright series. Nothing like the No Restraints Play. Nothing like No Restraints Play. But yeah, Marvel Zombies, they're actually getting ready to come out with Marvel Zombies, the second series. I think it's getting ready to come out in 2 months. Black Cat, been a pretty good series as well. Also, yeah, I got the Captain America poster as well. Amazing Mary Jane, very good series. Venom Island, I just thought that poster was badass. I've also got Arrow and Swordmaster there. Arrow's been a pretty good series. If you guys haven't been reading that, it's very good. The trade paperback should be available very soon. If you haven't been keeping up with it, trade paperback might be the way to go, because I put off reading a couple of issues at a time, and I got caught up with a handful of them, like a trade paperback worth, and I was like, wow, it was a really good read that way, where the first couple issues when I read were a little bit slow reads. Same with Swordmaster. Swordmaster is the same way. Will read really great as a trade paperback, so make sure you go check those out. They're like they're Chinese characters, and they're a little more anime style, the animation and everything, or not the animation, but the characters themselves, the art in it is a little more of a manga like anime style. Very good books. I've really quite enjoyed them. Very good stuff. But yeah, some of those posters will be changing here pretty soon. Let's see. Art style, almost like the Boondocks, but not as polished as you said. Right. Southern Comic Geek, thank you so much for being here. Fenrir Fire, thank you for being here. Fanjextra says, I watched the whole ad for you this time, Trinity. You're welcome, you sneaky bastard. Yes. Captain Pennsylvania says, gotta go. All right, take it easy, Cap. Thanks for being here. Rose Sachs says, thanks for the info. Yes. LB says, at Fanjextra, do it. Do it every time. Yeah, I know. Just do it. Do it. I usually do, except sometimes they're like 2 minutes long. Really? They got 2 minute. I got 2 minute long ads. That's awesome. The next book I want to talk about, guys. This one came out last week as well. Blade Runner 2019. Guys, I've really liked Blade Runner. I like cyberpunk in the first place, so this kind of fits some of the reading that I like doing. This issue number 6 was really good. Now, issue number 5 came out not too long ago. Blade Runner, this is an ongoing series. The first 4 issues were like a story arc in itself, and it relaunched back with issue number 5, which takes place 6 years later. I think it's 6 years later from 2019, so it takes place in 2025. So basically what happened is the detective Ash, she was out to try to track down this guy's daughter, who was basically abducted by this replicant. And so she was out there. Well, she found the daughter and found out why she should have been trying to, like, why the daughter took off, why this replicant took off with the daughter, and things like that. So that's what we're getting here in this second issue. Is it's in the future, where Ash has basically went and protected this young girl and kept her from this man, from her father essentially, who seemed to have some very bad intentions here. But here in the future, basically she's been laying low. Ash has, along with her daughter, who she's raised basically to be her daughter, but it's not her daughter, and even the girl knows that it's not her daughter. Well, Ash got found out by these people, and there's this new person right here that's trying to. Her name is Hythe. that's trying to trying to bring this girl in for whatever reasons. But it's been a very good series, and I gotta say, I think issue number 6 here of Blade Runner was better than issue number 5 was. But again, issue number 5 seems like it was kind of bringing us back in. It was almost like an issue number 1 again, only because we're fast forwarding 5 years into the future, or 6 years into the future, and it's kind of having to reset up the stories, reset up a new thread, I guess you could say, for this more futuristic type of story from where we were at. But altogether, I thought this issue number 6 was really good, as we see that Ash is basically called back into service. She's been lying low. She's been in a wheelchair because she has this back brace that is basically running off these mechanics and things like that. So yeah, I don't know. I thought issue number 6 here was a little bit better than issue number 5 was. Very good stuff here. I can't wait to see what issue number 7 has in order, as Ash is back. Detective Anna Ashina is back on the job, man. This was a very good series, and I've liked this. Like, you can tell reading through here that Michael Green and Mike Johnson they really do like this world, and they have a passion in writing it. The art here by Andres Guinaldo was really good. Lettered by Jim Campbell, very good stuff. But also here in this issue, it says, this issue is respectfully dedicated to Sid Mead, whose vision continues to inspire the Blade Runner comic series. Now, I didn't get the Sid Mead variant comes out this week. I'll be picking that up at my LCS, but I got the regular A cover here. Sid Mead, he passed away, I believe, 2 months ago. He was the guy who did the concept art for the original Blade Runner movie, and I've been picking up the Sid Mead variants on all of these Blade Runner series as well. I think the first couple I got that weren't the Sid Mead variants, but I've been trying to pick those up because he uses a lot of greens and stuff. It looks very futuristic, very cyberpunk, very cool stuff. But I did like this Blade Runner issue number 6. If you guys haven't been keeping up with this, the trade paperback is getting ready to come out here, I believe, next month. If not, it might be in 2 months. I can't remember where I've seen that. But it's been very, very good. If you like Cyberpunk Tales, if you like Blade Runner, I would highly suggest going out and reading this series as well. And you should be able to pick this up at your local comic book shop. Like I said, if not, it's going to be available on trade paperback very, very soon. Another great series. Let's see. I am True Skills. Thank you so much for being here. Says, what's up, Trinity? What's the hall? What's the comic haul tonight? I'm not for sure yet. I think from what I was seeing, man, it's gonna be a huge week. I think I've seen like 16, 17 books that I want to bring home this week. And then if it comes out, I didn't see it on the list for whatever reason. It shows on one thing, but it's not showing on through previews.com. There's a book coming out that's going to be coming out on a trade paperback. Let me see if I can find this. If I can find this book right here, really quick to show you. Okay, I did a review not too long ago of this book right here, Last Stop. This was an issue number 1. They're calling it part of this series right here called Nonstop. It's on Scout Comics. Nonstop here is this little campaign they've got going on, though. But basically what that means is Nonstop is this thing that Scout Comics does, where they basically put out a world premiere. That's what this was. Last Stop issue number 1 was the world premiere of it. So it's just like this. It's just like one issue that they put out. And this is just kind of your introduction to the book. And then a couple months later, they released the trade paperback of it. Yeah, so it's all in the trade paperback. And I believe it's going to be like 6 or 7 issues worth of stuff in there. But this is where it started off, and this is who it is. It's written by Trey Walker. The illustrator and the artist basically is Hoyt Silva. Letters by Micah Myers, and you can see some of the art there. But basically, like, this to me, it was a pretty funny story. Like, this character in this book kind of reminded me of, like, the Punisher meets maybe Old Man Logan or something, But you see him right there, and he's got this captain that reminds me of Nick Fury. as well as the organization that he works for is called Fist, I believe, which kind of reminds me of Shield. Just seemed, I don't know, this seemed like a silly story. It seemed kind of funny. The art in here kind of cracked me up too. Where you can see it's kind of basic art, you know, not like a very like big color palette or anything here. But I thought it was kind of cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot by Scout Comics. I'm going to give this a shot one time. We'll see how this works out. Maybe the next non-stop series they do, because this isn't the first time they've done this. Maybe the next non-stop series they do, we'll go ahead and look into that if this is any good, or if it's not any good. And maybe I'll help get the help of some of you guys out there to get the word out about this. If I like it, maybe I'll send this and the trade paperback out to somebody else and let them review it and let them know what you think. And maybe we'll keep an eye on Scout Comics and see if their next non-stop campaign is a good one. To me, I think it's kind of a cool thing because, you know, sometimes, you know, you go out there and maybe you start reading a series, maybe you read the first like 3 books and then you're like, I don't know, maybe you like it, or maybe you're not as interested and you drop off of it. I think it's kind of cool here because they're offering the trade paperback. I think it was $20, and you're getting it all at once. So, you know, you're getting, you know, it's coming in a value. So you can, you know, I don't know, you know, you can, you're basically all in or you're not, based off the one book. I don't know. I decided after reading this one, I was like, I'll give it a shot. I thought this was seemed like a pretty funny tale, and at the same time, it seemed like it might have something going on here. You know, I mean, it seemed like it was kind of silly and kind of serious at the same time. So I figured I'd give it a shot. But let me know if you guys have heard of this. Have you heard of Last Stop? Did you read it? And not only that, but have you heard of Nonstop before? And these campaigns that Scout Comics does. So that should be coming out this Wednesday as well. But again, I didn't see it actually on the list. But hey, who knows? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Fanjexter says, if you like cyberpunk comics, have you heard of Goddess Mode? It's DC Vertigo, and I know you don't really read DC. Don't really read DC? What are you talking about? I read Hawkman. I've got The Deceased here, and I've got Justice League. Yeah, see, I got that one. I've got that one. I've got. Oh, here. Let me dig here for another second here. You know, I've got DC books. I've got DC, bruh. What do you mean, man? Yeah. Just because, don't let the name Marvel in there fool you. Don't let the name Marvel in there fool you. Got some DC books here, bruh. I've been expanding my horizons a little bit. No, but the Deceased series has been really good, and Hawkman has been excellent. He says, I'll leave now. Yes, get out of here. Don't come back, Jack. I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, no. I haven't heard of Goddess Mode, and I haven't read it. But it sounds interesting because, like I said, I do like cyberpunk. It's very, very cool stuff. So yeah, Nonstop. Go check that one out. Now the next one, and I'll get into these DC books here in a minute because I've been wanting to talk a little bit more about that anyway. The next one I've got here that I got last week was Army of Darkness. Death to the Army of Darkness. This new series being put out by Dynamite. They had one last year that they did. I believe it was called Army of Darkness versus Bubba Hotep, or I don't know. I've got them. I bought all 4. It was only a 4-issue miniseries. I believe this one is going to be 4 or 5 issues as well. The last one I thought was really good. I thought they really nailed the characters of the Bubba Hotep character as well as Ash. It really, like, right off the bat, it brought me into the world. It made me feel like I was watching, like, the Army of Darkness or Bubba Hotep, you know, something like that. And I've never actually seen Bubba Hotep. Now, here on the Death to the Army of Darkness, this was written by Ryan Parrott. The artist is Jacob Edgar. The colorist is J. Diaz. I'm guessing it's Kika. The letter is Hassan Atsmani El Hao, and the main cover is Ben Oliver. And again, I'll show you that cover. The cover that I got here. I believe this is the cover B that I got here. This one right here, I didn't like. The story started off a little too slow, and the character of Ash didn't really remind me of Ash. He didn't really, like, his character didn't really seem as fleshed out. Didn't seem really bring me back to that wisecracking one-liner Ash that I know from the movies, where the last series did. Again, I believe this is a different writer for this book. But we kind of open up there at S-Mart. Obviously, where Ash is sitting there, kind of telling a story after, of course, a brief introduction. But he's sitting there, telling his stories like he does. His boss comes in and has a little talk with him. But then we flash to here where he's at the laundromat, kind of telling a little bit more of his stories, and we get oh. Ash has him a girl to hit on, so Ash being the ladies man, you know he went and tried to tempt her and see if maybe he can get her number and maybe do some pillow talk, baby, and then of course she wigs out on him. I gotta say, and so he ends up killing this Deadeye, and he once again has the Necronomicon that he takes here to this professor at a college to help him kind of get rid of this curse. And he's sitting there, so this professor decides to try to help him. And it's a professor at a community college, and he's saying like, man, why would you come to me for? And he's basically saying like, hey, everybody else like pretty much laughed at me. And so they go ahead and they get through this. They go through this incantation that's in the book, and we also get a female fighter. We get a female Ash in here, so we got basically a female Ash in here coming in to fight the Deadites. Pretty cool stuff, but just a silly book. Like I said, this one to me, it didn't quite catch the tone of what the last book did, and making me feel like I was in like the Sam Raimi Evil Dead universe. But this book, it's not as bad as I thought when I first, because I read half of the book and I didn't get through it all before I think I got busy with a live streamer shooting a video the day that I started reading this. But then I started over, read it and finished reading it, and I thought that this book was pretty good. For an issue number 1, I feel like they should have tried to capture that Evil Dead or Army of Darkness tone a little bit better. But altogether, it wasn't too bad. The art in here was not quite what I would have liked it to be either. I think they could have stepped it up with the art in here, as well as even the coloring. Brought us. They could have done a little bit more here. Not a bad book. I think it's a 4-issue miniseries, if not 5 issues. I'm on board for a little miniseries. I'll see how this one is, and and do some reviews on these books as well. Again, I thought it was pretty decent though. The Death to the Army of Darkness, but we'll see how it goes on here in the future of this series. AFK Bard, thank you so much for being here. Says good morning, y'all. I love Army of Darkness versus Bubba Hotep. That movie was insanely weird. Yeah, the movie Bubba Hotep. I haven't actually seen that whole movie. I've seen parts of it, but like I said, here, let me see if I can find the series that they did previously here. Right here it is. Yep, here we go. Ooh, ow. This was the series they did previously. It was Army of Darkness, Bubba Hotep, and it was done by Scott Duvall and Vincenzo Frederici. But yeah, this was right. Oh, that's weird. I didn't notice that before. This one says Dynamite IDW. I didn't realize that before. That's odd. That's odd. Because it looks like of the ones I got, that was issue number 1 right there. The Army of Darkness, Bubba Hotep. Here's issue number 2 on that one. And then there was issue number 3. I got I liked this one. It's kind of got that Grindhouse feature cover on it. Got that one. And then this was issue number 4. And I'm thinking maybe I didn't get issue number 4 of this series read, because I don't remember finishing it, but I definitely know that I did read the first 3 issues of this series. I don't think I did read that last one, but this is available on trade paperback that you can find as well. But I definitely do like these characters. Like I said, for me, the writing in Army of Darkness and Bubba Hotep was a little bit better, and the art definitely was, because this was the art in this one. The artist here was Vincenzo Frederici. Letterer was Taylor Esposito. Michelle Monti was the colorist. But yeah, you can see here, a little bit of the art in this one. This was the original series, or not the original, but Army of Darkness Bubba Hotep from the last time. You see. And the art in here in this series to me is better and matches the tone and the story better than this new one does. But again, you know, it's only the first issue. I'm willing to give it a chance and see how it's going to play out here. But you know, again, I thought this first series matched the tone and the character a little bit better than this new series did. So I don't know. But let me know if you guys have actually read that one and check that out. Or if you even like the Army of Darkness and Bubba Hotep. Very very cool stuff though. But yeah, I definitely like it. Let's see. Good morning, Fan Gesture. Everyone's saying good morning. Rosetta says, how are you doing this morning, 2nd Street? I'm doing very good, Rosetta. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well, Rosetta. I've seen some of your streams the other day as well. You know, some of the art you've been doing. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. I've seen you were doing, what was it, working on a comic book, it looked like. Doing some of the art in there. Cool, man. Great stuff. Keep it up, man. AFK Bard and everyone else saying hello. Jason Preston, thank you so much for being here. As I was saying at the top of the show, one of our newest Patreon supporters here on the channel. So thank you very much, Jason, for your support. Greatly appreciate that. AFK Bart says, Bubba Hotep sucks souls out of butts. Right. I was going to say, and I haven't actually watched that movie. I know I've seen parts of it. I haven't watched the whole movie. That's one of those ones I need to go buy, and I just never did. Yeah, and totally guilt tripped me about that, too. Totally guilt trip me about it. I do deserve that. Aggressively Relaxing says, I think Captain America number 19 was the first appearance of Harriet Tubman, but I'm doing some research to make sure. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't read Captain America issue number 19 yet. I do have it here. Did I put it away already? I may have put it away already. I don't remember putting it away though. But yeah, I was gonna say I haven't read it yet. I'm pretty sure I caught up with issue number 18 as well. Good stuff. Like I said, for me, Captain America, just that series has been going by. It's been slow. It's been a slow burn of a series. Not bad, just slow, just a slow burn. But yeah, okay. Rosetta says, oh, thank you. Doing great. Leave early tomorrow morning on a 4-week car trip. Nice. That sounds fun. You know what? While you're out there driving in your car, make sure, you know, if you're doing a lot of driving, get out and stretch every now and again. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the things I hate when I'm driving. You know, like, that's one I always look forward to stopping at the gas stations because, you know, get out and stretch and everything and get some fresh air. But yeah, good luck on that. Good luck on that. I'm assuming that maybe you'll do some car videos. That's I'll have to, you know, do some car videos. Everybody's into the car videos thing, you know what I mean? I think I need to do more car videos. Maybe I need to look into doing some car videos. But I want to do some of those ones that, like, I want to do a car video the right way, because the only way to do a car video is to rant and rave. Everybody knows that. If you're not ranting and raving in a car video, get the hell out of your car. You know what I mean? Because that's what a car video is supposed to be. A car video is supposed to be a ranting and raving. Haven't you seen all those videos on Facebook and everything? That's what a car video is supposed to be. AFK Bard drops a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, must see Bubba Hotep now or else. Yes, I need to. I definitely need to. Rosetta says, oh, I will be. Got to do photography and hikes. Nice. Yeah, I was going to say, and I know you do. I see you do a lot of the photography and you do some of the hikes. Awesome. Looking forward to that. Vanjexter says, now you get my van video joke. Only took about 40 minutes. Oh, yeah, I get it. And, you know, I probably will, but I will probably actually do some van videos for my business. In case you guys don't know, I do run my own business here where I live at, but there are links down in the description of this video here where you can go down there and check out my channel here on YouTube called The Peanut Peddler, or you can check out my business. There is the corporate website there for mountainman.com, where you can go and check it out and have any of these snacks delivered to your home, office, to wherever you want them delivered to. but they are the freshest snacks that you can find out there. Mountain Man has been in business for over 41 years now. I've been in business for getting ready to go on 6 years now. Yeah, it's going to be my 6 year anniversary this year for my business. So that's getting ready to come up for me, but there are links down there where you can do that if you want to. Go check out. We carry like nuts, trail mixes, candies, chocolates, beef jerky, seasonal items, gift baskets, gift packages, all kinds of different stuff. Now, what sets these apart from other snacks out there that you can find at that big box retailer, even places like Trader Joe's, is the nuts are a higher grade, so they are typically bigger nuts, but they are also fresher than you can find out there at your local grocery store, Trader Joe's, any of those kind of places. Trust me, it's a higher quality nut. I know because I've eaten the stuff from the stores. I've tried it. I do eat it occasionally still. I've had times where I've ran out of walnuts here, and I bought that big bag at Costco, and that big bag I bought at Costco cost the same amount as my 1 pound bag that I sell. But you know what? The quality just wasn't as good. I didn't want to eat them as much. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, there's a huge difference. Even when it comes to things like our gummy bears and our gummy worms and things like that they get from outside suppliers, it's a fresher quality than what you're going to find at your local retailer, your local grocery store, and things like that. I mean, these things they're rotating them out there trust me, it's just good stuff. It's just good stuff. And no, this video isn't sponsored or anything. I'm just talking about the business that I do. But yeah, and that link that's down there in the description, it would be like an affiliate link because I am a franchisee of the Mountain Man Nut and Fruit Company. And, if you ordered something from there, I would get, I think there's a small percentage I get out of any orders that you place there. Nothing major because my business is more based around going and seeing people here in my local area. But I've thought about doing some videos for my YouTube channel over there. And I've got a YouTube channel over there too. You can check it out. I've got a couple videos on. Nothing major though. Let's see, but yeah, I was kind of thinking that's what you were talking about though with the van joke fanjection. I was like, I wouldn't for sure though. Rosetta Allen says, if I stream from my car, I turn into Road Rage Rosetta. Oh yeah, believe me, trust me, I know. I've actually been thinking about getting cameras installed on my work vehicle too, just so I could show all the stupid things that people do out there while they're out driving. I Am True Skills says, aggressively relaxing. I'm sorry. He says, I'm going to do a car video, but it will end with the owner demanding I get out. Yes. Awesome. That'd be great. I Am True Skills says, Trinity, I read The Savage Avengers Volume 1. It's so good. Yeah, and I think the first one is available on trade paperback. Yeah, the Savage Avengers has been a really great series. It's being written by Jerry Dugan, and he's the same guy that's writing Marauders right now. Great stuff. And there's actually in the past couple, like issue number 0 actually tied into what's going on with the mutants on Krakoa and some of that stuff as well. And there's just some other things going on in there. But yeah, Savage Avengers is really good. Fanjextra says, going nuts about nuts. Yes. Go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or go nuts. Funk Comics 814 says, yo, 2nd Street, what's up, Funk Comics? Hope you're doing well today. Fanjextra says, coming to you with another peanut video. Coming to you with another video about my nuts. Yes. Did someone say nuts? Yes, nuts. Here, I'll show you guys. I'll show you. And I'm telling you, let me show you. Let me show you a couple of these things. Let me show you. Here, you guys want me to show you. It seems like you guys want me to show you my nuts. It seems like that's what you guys want. Okay, I'm gonna start off slow. These are the toffee toasted peanuts. These things are excellent. These things are great. Just good stuff. I love peanuts for one, but our toffee toasted peanuts, they're the best. Next one. Ooh. Do you guys like pistachios? Do you like pistachios? Do you like spicy stuff? You might like chili lime pistachios. Dude, I'm telling you, these things are freaking excellent. These are probably my best-selling pistachio. They're spicy, and with that lime in it, they're not kidding with the chili lime because they've kind of got that little bite to them, like a lime does. It's kind of got like when you smell it, how your jaw kind of tingles and gets a little, your mouth gets a little watery. Yeah. And then here, now let me put my nuts in your face for sure. These are the fancy mixed nuts. This got cashews, almonds, pecans, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts. I'm telling you guys, these things are the best. And one of the things about Mountain Man, why they use the clear bags, is so you can see what you're getting in there. It's not like when you go to the store and you get those bags that it's all, you can't see through it, and it's like, your potato chips or whatever all crushed up. Here you can see what you're getting, and you can see in these bags that it's not all full of oil and a bunch of salt. Like, when you get that can of nuts at the store and you reach your hand in there and you pull it out and it's all covered in oil and salt. Yeah. Gross stuff. Very good. But you want to see one of my favorites, guys. One of my favorites here is this right here. It's called Peanut Mine. This has it has chocolate peanuts, miniature peanut butter cups, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter chips, and peanuts. Dude, I'm telling you, this thing right here, this is amazing. This one's so good. Like, I'm going keto right now, so I can't really have any of these, to be honest with you. Like, the fancy mixed nuts, maybe I could have some of those. But again, there's cashews in there, and those aren't like, they're not the best for you. Mostly you want to stick to tree nuts and seeds. But anyway, let's see. But yes, definitely we said nuts. Need those freshly salty nuts. Yeah, the fresh salty nuts, they're the best. I'm telling you, they really are good. And no kidding. AFK Bart says, Happy Big Six Trinity. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, and the name of my business is The Peanut Peddler. And it's like peddler is spelled like a pedal on a bike because I'm a cyclist. So it's peddler. Get it? Like, I don't know. It's some Oscar Wilde like wordplay there. Good stuff. Rosetta Allen says, I got to go pick up some pencil seal for my drawings along the trip. Be blessed. Just wanted to stop in and give some support. Well, thank you, Rosetta. Yeah, have a good day. Good luck on your trip. And, can't wait to see some of those videos. Rose Sack says, I was on the phone. What did I miss? Oh, not much. Just me flapping my gums. That's about all I really ever do. Fanjector says, oh my God, Trinity is showing us his nuts. Not safe for work. Yeah, I know. Make sure you flag this video. I'm kidding. No false flagging. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweed says, my avatar is a squirrel. Bad joke. Yeah, man, that's all good. It's all good. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweeds, maybe you should go get with a friend of the channel here. Maybe you should go get with Mad Squirrel. You guys might get together good. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweeds and Mad Squirrel together. Fanjexter says, yes, slowly show us your nuts. Aggressively says, demonetized in 3, 2. Rose Sack says, pistachios, yes. Fanjector says, do you sell to businesses? Yes. That's actually what the whole business was, the franchise was founded on. The whole company was basically founded on that, is I go into local businesses and I serve them. I take my card in there, or sometimes like at the banks, they come out to the vehicle and shop from there. But that's mostly what it is. It's not necessarily door to door like I go to residences. It's not like that. It's more like I go to businesses and see people there in the workplace. And do it that way. Yeah, and it's very good. It's a great business. And we do have a line of products that is for if you are a business and you want to have some of them in your business to sell. We have a smaller line for people, like if you have a snack machine or you sell things. I go to a lot of salons and stuff. If they wanted to have a little rack in there for their customers to buy things on, they could do that. Certainly. Rosetta says, I don't think that is the nuts they meant. But nuts in the face classic. Probably not. Fanjexter says, I want to see Trinity on Shark Tank. Well, I don't need to go on Shark Tank because what I've got is it's a franchise already. So all that stuff is done. Like our company has been around a lot longer than Shark Tank. Trinity, you're nuts. I get that a lot. And believe me when I say that, like for my business, I've been wanting to shoot some videos, some commercials. But I'm like, one of them I was thinking up was like, maybe my first one I want to do is like where I'm sitting there trying to think of how I could promote my business, and then I go into a dream sequence, and then I go into like a mechanic shop and focus in on it, like it starts off blurred and it focuses on a guy working on a vehicle, and he turns and says like, oh yeah, I love Trinity's nuts. They're the best. And then goes into one of the ladies at the salon. She goes, oh yeah, I love Trinity's nuts. They're so salty and delicious. I love putting Trinity's nuts in my mouth. And then flashing to like a couple where the husband says, I was pretty jealous at first when my wife come home and brought Trinity's nuts, but now we share them together, and then show them together. Zoom out and show them together. Enjoying my nuts. I thought it would be kind of funny, and I actually got people out on my route that would be very game for doing that. I just got to come up with a script and a good way to shoot that. I think that would be hilarious. AFK Bard says, do you sell your nuts online? Yes, there are some links down in the description where you can go and check that out. It's there under the Peanut Peddler. Aggressively Relaxing says, what are you watching in there? I'm watching my nuts show. Leave me alone. Right? No, not for the peanut business, just in general. I bet you could convince them to give you money on any project you have. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. How much for your nuts? They range in price. Anyway, guys, let's get back into some comic books here. The next, what I'll talk about next is some of these DC books. I have been reading Hawkman out of DC, but recently I started reading Justice League because of Hawkman. The writer, Robert Venditti, who has been writing Hawkman, just recently started writing Justice League. Now, I've never read Justice League before. I obviously know who these characters are, but I'm somewhat of a normie when it comes to Justice League. But I've been reading this series, these last 2 issues. I didn't realize it was a bi-monthly book, so it means it comes out every other week. So I'm probably only going to read like the first 10 issues or so here. But I've really liked Justice League so far since Venditti has taken over and begun writing this series. It's only 2 issues in, and I already feel like I'm kind of somewhat getting acquainted here. AFK Bard with a $2 super chat says, you need to put your nuts on TV for sure. Yes, definitely. Funk Comics says, you're nutty. Fanjextra says, since you're the peanut expert, what's your take on Baby Mr. Peanut? I don't know what Baby Mr. Peanut is. Is that, I don't know. I guess I don't have an opinion on it. I don't have a take. But anyway, guys, yeah, Justice League has been very good. We see that there's like this this new bad guy that kind of crashes down. Says that he is basically like the brother of, or he is part of one of the I don't know, what would you call him, from where Kal-El comes from, Superman, Namekians. Yeah, he's a Namekian, and he's coming to take things. He's not a Namekian. He's not from the planet Namek. Oh, he's a Saiyan. Yeah, he's a Saiyan, and he comes from the planet Vegeta, and he's basically coming over here to take things over. And he comes in and he kicks a lot of ass. He pretty much kicks a bunch of people's asses. But in the last issue, we seen that Batman actually had to go and ask for some help. To get some help here, while the rest of the Justice League slowed him down. Wonder Woman, Superman, the Green Lantern, the Flash, they're all there. And Superman went to get some help, some supernatural help. And that's what, we were coming down to magic, and he goes to get this help from, I was about to say the Enchantress. God, what am I thinking here? What is her name, though, in London? Madame Xanadu. And he's getting there, and she's, she pretty much kicks his ass and gets him under this little spell and everything. It's been very cool. It was actually been pretty cool. So they basically go there to get her help, to help put a stop to this guy who is there attacking the Earth. The Daxamites are gaining strength. Okay, and I guess that's what they are, the Daxamites. Again, I thought this was very good. Getting into this, not being a big DC reader, like I said, I just got more into this because Robert Venditti has been doing this, and he's been doing a very good job with Hawkman. So I'm confused. Piccolo fought Batman? No, not Piccolo. Not Piccolo fought Batman. Basically Vegeta. Vegeta's fighting Batman. Yes, I'm being silly here. No, but this was a very good series. I will probably be doing some more in-depth reviews on these. Maybe I'll probably do it next week when I'm guessing it's next week if these are releasing every other week when Justice League issue number 42 comes out. Kind of do a handful of those, but it's been pretty good so far. But guys, we've already gone for about an hour here. So that's, I guess that's what I've got coming up is some of these comic book reviews, some of these things. Like I said, Hexagon I've shot multiple times. I'm just not very interested. Like I'm not, I feel like I didn't bring enough excitement to these videos. But yeah, guys, don't forget, tomorrow is New Comic Book Wednesday at your local comic book shop. There's going to be a whole lot of new issues coming out. We're getting some new titles for the Dawn of X series. You know, I believe we're getting New Mutants this week. We're getting some X-Men this week. We're also getting that one. It's not a one-shot book. I don't know. No, I think it is. It's giant-sized Emma Frost and giant-sized Emma Frost and Jean Grey. It's this. It's this. It's this right here. This is what we've got dropping this week. Giant size Emma Frost and Jean Grey. Can't wait to get that read. I believe there's a couple other titles coming out for Dawn of X this week as well. As we all know, Fallen Angels recently basically came to an end. Not really that sad over that. Also, I believe X-Men Fantastic Four issue number 2 is getting ready to come out this week as well. So that one is guaranteed to be a great read, guys. You don't want to miss that one coming out tomorrow. Other than that, I don't really remember any other like major issues getting ready to come out. I think Finger Guns issue number 1 is getting ready to come out on Vault Comics. That's a title I was actually looking forward to until, man, we get these weirdos, man. Like, everybody's entitled to their thoughts and opinions, but sometimes, you know, maybe be cognizant of where you're saying them to turn people off, because this interview with, man, I don't know, man. Finger Guns. You had me. You had me, but then you lost me in this interview with the writer. I was like, really? Dude? Really? Are you one of them fucking weirdos out there that... Oh, man. I don't know. I'm going to keep my hopes high for it anyway. Keep my hopes high because it is on Vault Comics, and you guys know I love Vault Comics. But anyway, guys, yeah, like I said, make sure you get out to your local comic book shop tonight and, or tomorrow, and go support them and check out some new comic books. Plenty of great books getting ready. Yeah, no, not finger cuffs. Did I say finger cuffs? Finger guns. Finger guns. Finger guns. Did I say finger cuffs? Like a pair of Chinese finger cuffs. Anyway, But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here today. Make sure you get out and support your local comic book shop. Check out some great comic books. I will have some reviews dropping here on the channel later today, tonight, and even tomorrow in the morning. And make sure you guys get out and do something good for your health today. Make sure you get out and get a workout done. Make sure you stay hydrated. All of that good stuff. But you all have a very good day, and we'll see you all in tomorrow's live stream video. We'll see you all later.